'Tis the season to be jolly because the With Love Meghan holiday celebration is Netflix announcing to the world we are done with the fake Duchess and her balding husband. I have never witnessed something so toe-curling, so bum-clenchingly fake and horrific. So hypocritical too.
Mad woman Meghan Markle make Christmas crackers. She made an advent calendar. She made gumbo, and the entire thing was dystopian.
With Meghan's holiday special, as I've just watched it, and I have so many thoughts.
Meghan Markle's very last Netflix special, and this is the nail in the coffin.
Meghan Markle is not coming back to life on Netflix.
Meghan Markle, it is clear to me there is no star factor there whatsoever. I'm not even going to say the show was like watching paint dry, because I actually find beauty in the mundane. I think watching paint dry would have been more entertaining, okay? I think this show was more like getting repeatedly hit in the head with a can of paint.
Meghan's failed TV career, so you don't have to. First, some of the lowlights. As the Royal Griff pointed out, the most exciting.
Meghan's very strange interaction that has to do with the kids. And we're going to talk about Salmonella Sussex.
Meghan Markle forgets that she went on many stages like Talk 100 and was talking about how busy her year was because she had just finished wrapping up her special, remember?
So I'm a little confused why it wasn't just called a Christmas special and instead they opted for a holiday special. I feel like that would have made sense if it came out earlier in the season, like around November, like earlier in November before Thanksgiving. It would have made sense for it to be a holiday special.
Meghan Markle's Netflix show, her holiday special that just came out today.
She didn't even trim that tree. She was explaining something about the lights, how she was putting the lights in the back, but she wouldn't actually show us or tell us how she did it. So that she wasn't even trimming that tree. That whole thing was so freaking fake.
Meghan Markle truly believed her Christmas special was going to change everything. For months, her team whispered that this was her big comeback, the project that would finally remind people why she captivated the world in the first place. She imagined warm lighting, soft laughing, cozy sweaters, and a version of herself that looked not just polished, but relatable. But the moment the special dropped, reality hit harder than she expected.
It would have made sense for it to be a holiday special because it would have like kind of been for the whole holiday season and the vibe across Thanksgiving all the way through till Christmas.
Instead of praise, confusion poured in. Instead of sympathy, disbelief. Instead of a comeback, viewers said it felt like watching someone desperately act out a life she didn't actually live. Netflix executives, who thought the holiday theme was a safe bet, were stunned by how quickly it fell apart. The numbers weren't just low. The audience retention collapsed almost immediately. Within hours, the narrative Meghan tried to build started slipping through her fingers. Scenes meant to feel warm felt strangely cold. Moments meant to show family felt staged and empty.
Meghan Markle, it's like she's doing arts and crafts and they've given her those scissors they give to children where they don't have any sharp edges. They're like, let the girl do arts and crafts under supervision. Let her play in the fake kitchen with the camera crew. Nothing about this feels real to me. And then what really stuck out to me was that her dog Guy is in the show. So her dog is in the show.
And viewers kept asking the same uncomfortable question. Who is she trying to fool? This wasn't the Meghan Markle Netflix expected. And judging by her reaction behind the scenes, she didn't expect this reaction either. The first scenes of the special were supposed to feel magical. Meghan walking through a Christmas tree lot, bundled in boots, laughing as if she were living inside a holiday movie. But instead of giving viewers that warm Hallmark feeling, the moment came off. Strange. The lot was completely empty.
Ooh! Lots of faces like this. I'd like to remind you all, for no particular reason, that she's an actress. This is her acting.
No families picking trees, no kids running around, not even Harry walking beside her. Just Meghan, spinning alone while a camera crew scrambled to capture the perfect shot. People didn't see joy. They saw performance. And it only got worse once the camera moved indoors. The women presented as Meghan's friends quickly became a point of confusion. Viewers recognized them. They weren't old friends or neighbors dropping by. They were employees, One handled her wardrobe. Another worked on her content team. Another was part of the household staff. All of them dressed in matching pajama sets, laughing at every one of Meghan's lines like they were reading from a script.
Oh, we're writing again.
Yeah.
That's all she did the whole time. Oh, we're writing again. Like everything was writing.
Oh my God, I know. I know, and I'm going to get to that because, good Lord, there was some terrible interactions between Ms. Markle and her hapless guests.
It felt less like a cozy get-together and more like a staged commercial. And then there was Harry. In older clips inserted into the special, he didn't look like a joyful dad celebrating Christmas. He looked tired, detached, almost like he had been dragged into something he didn't believe in. Netflix executives couldn't ignore it. Nothing about this felt real. If there was one thing Meghan wanted to sell in this special, it was the idea of family, her family traditions, her children's holiday routines, the magic she claims to create at home.
The way she's treated the royals, that's not how you treat family. Okay, I don't care if she married in, they moved to a different continent. She has done nothing but dine out on her titles and try to stretch that brief 18 months she spent over there. And shame on Meghan Markle because the royals, they welcomed her with open arms. They threw her a big wedding. They basically said, do whatever you want. If you have this initiative you're passionate about, you want to do a cookbook with the Grenfell girls, whoever they were, do that. But she did not think that was good enough, and she absconded to California and then proceeded to accuse them all of racism with really no facts. And really there was no veracity to any of her claims she made about the royal family.
But when viewers looked closer, something was missing. Actually, everything was missing. There were no children's voices in the background. No little hands helping decorate cookies. No glimpses of holiday chaos that every real parent recognizes. For someone who insists her children are the center of her world, the complete absence of Archie and Lilibet didn't feel protective. It felt strategic. It felt like she needed the idea of family for the story, but not the reality. And it didn't stop there. Where were her real relatives? Her mother didn't appear. Her cousins, aunts, uncles, none of them were present. Harry's side, completely erased. How do you film a special about traditions when you're estranged from both sides of the family? The silence around this became louder than anything Meghan said on camera.
And why don't you talk about your family there? Why, Meghan? I wanted to talk about your family. Oh, because you lied. You see how she just takes. I'm telling you, Meghan is a taker. She is a vampire that just sucks everything out of everyone's life.
Viewers didn't see a mom surrounded by loved ones. They saw a woman filling space with hired faces because the real ones weren't there, or didn't want to be. Netflix knew audiences would notice, but not even they expected the backlash to be this sharp. If one moment in the special revealed just how out of touch Meghan has become, it was the infamous Advent calendar scene. She opened it with this dramatic, almost spiritual tone, as if she were presenting a priceless relic to the world. But instead of the classic chocolates or little gifts kids look forward to, Meghan proudly displayed handwritten notes. Not cute notes, not fun riddles, but overly serious affirmations, like you are brave.
Are we gonna see a new Meghan? No, because Netflix is done. Netflix is done, happy, they're close. That this is a contract. This, unlike her dog, Meghan Markle is not coming back to life on Netflix because this is it for her, this woman, guys. Unbelievably boring, sorry.
It felt less like a tradition and more like a lecture. Viewers didn't see a mother creating joy. They saw someone trying too hard to look deep. Kids want treats, surprises, something playful. Yet Meghan turned what should have been a simple, lighthearted moment into something stiff and self-centered. And the worst part? She delivered it with the confidence of someone expecting applause. Even Netflix executives winced. The scene became an instant joke online.
Then they decide to make and by the way, notice anything else? Because I do. It's this. She's trying to copy me some more. Again, what's funny is I'm sure that cost $1 million for that painting. This is from Target.
People weren't just confused, they were irritated. Because it showed once again that Meghan wasn't connecting with real families. She was building a fantasy version of motherhood that didn't resonate with anyone. The special was supposed to warm hearts. Instead, it reminded people why Meghan's image has been slipping for years. Just when viewers thought the special couldn't feel more staged, Meghan appeared wearing a sleeveless green dress. Elegant, dramatic, and strangely familiar. It didn't take long for people to realize why. The dress was almost identical to one worn by Emma Thin, the Marchioness of Bath, over a year earlier. Same cut, same color, same silhouette. It wasn't a tribute, it wasn't coincidence. It looked like copying. And copying from a woman who is younger, more respected, and naturally stylish only made the contrast sharper.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't even want to continue watching it because we're entering to the rented space. I already did not like her first season, didn't watch her second season because we all made a pact. And now this holiday season, she's back at it. No, the holiday season is where you should have had it in your home so it could be your home and we can believe you. There's no remedy for her.
Instead of elevating Meghan, the dress exposed something she tries desperately to hide. Her obsession with appearing elite, even if it means borrowing someone else's look. But the real issue wasn't the dress itself. It was the attitude behind it. Meghan wore it in a casual holiday setting, where everyone else was dressed comfortably. While she held champagne and posed for the camera, her guests looked like they were attending a quiet pajama party, not a red carpet event. It created a bizarre mismatch. Meghan overdressed, overperforming, and disconnected from the atmosphere around her. Netflix executives later admitted privately that this was the moment they realized the special wasn't working. Instead of authenticity, they were filming insecurity. And people felt it immediately. The Christmas special was supposed to show a united couple building traditions together, but the brief clips of Harry did the opposite. He didn't look like a joyful husband celebrating the holidays.
About Meghan did not give a damn about Harry, who emerges. So this is his contractual obligation, Lauren Lund-Farrow. 5 minutes towards the end of the episode, and immediately the relationship between Harry and Meghan is exposed. Meghan mothers him. It's weird. She says at one point when they're talking about the food, she goes, "Oh, my mum does that for you without the fish. Oh, he's gonna need a towel for when he sweats for the hot food." Like, she's babying him. And it made me realize, Lauren, Meghan Markle treats Prince Harry like her child. The interaction was super weird. And he's also scared of her, of course, because later on he makes a joke once he's tasted the gumbo.
He looked drained, stiff, and uncomfortable. A man trying to survive another scripted moment. His eyes gave it away first. They weren't smiling. They weren't warm. They looked distant, almost resigned. Then there was the hair situation. People who remembered how Harry once mocked William's thinning hair couldn't ignore how karma had circled back. Under the studio lighting, the patches and plugs were impossible to hide. Instead of distracting from it, the special accidentally magnified it. But what bothered viewers most wasn't his hair. It was his body language. Harry stood like someone who didn't want to be filmed, someone who wasn't part of the project, just trapped inside it. He didn't touch Meghan. He didn't laugh naturally. He didn't even try to blend into the cozy atmosphere she was manufacturing. Rumors of strain in their marriage have followed them for years, but this special threw gasoline on those whispers. Harry looked like a man who didn't believe in the story being told, and worse, a man who no longer recognized himself inside it. Even Netflix executives spotted it. The chemistry was gone.
She was making up a tradition that they have gumbo on Christmas Eve. Doofus walks in and he reminds her that he has a portion without the seafood. Now, if you don't know, that's a royal family thing. They don't eat seafood because it could strike them with food poisoning. It's a tradition. It's the same thing. They usually don't eat garlic, things like that. I'm actually surprised he mentioned it on camera, and as soon as he did, we got more of that.
While Meghan was busy crafting a picture-perfect holiday fantasy for Netflix, a real crisis was unfolding far from the cameras, one she couldn't script, control, or spin. Her father, Thomas Markle, was rushed into intensive care after a serious medical emergency, a 3-hour operation. Complications, doctors fighting to stabilize him right before Christmas. And Meghan? She never appeared, not at the hospital, not even in a quiet phone call. Viewers already questioning her family values watched the special with this breaking news in mind, and the contrast was impossible to ignore. There she was, baking cookies for the camera, twirling in staged holiday joy, while the man who raised her, the man who paid for her education, the man who stood by her for decades, lay in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. For many people, that was the moment the facade shattered. The timing couldn't have been worse. Instead of looking nurturing and warm, Meghan looked cold, detached, as if her holiday performance mattered more than her own father's survival.
Disconnected you are to what really matters, and we resent it, and we don't like you for it, Meghan, because you're not being authentic, but you want to perpetrate that you are. Girl, it is a lie. Get to stepping, okay?
And the whispers grew darker. People fear she's just waiting for him to pass so she can rewrite the story without being challenged. Netflix didn't plan for this. Meghan didn't prepare for this. But once the public connected the dots, the holiday special stopped being entertainment and started looking like an escape from a reality she didn't want to face. Meghan hoped the Christmas special would quietly boost interest in her lifestyle brand, as ever, a soft, subtle form of cross-promotion. But instead of elevating the brand, the special magnified everything already going wrong behind the scenes. As Ever wasn't just struggling, it was sinking. Mass returns were piling up. Customers complained that products felt cheap, smelled strange, or looked nothing like the photos. Influencers refused to feature the collection because it made their audiences angry. Even retailers who once considered partnering with Meghan backed away, calling the brand high risk and unpredictable. And the Christmas special didn't help.
Being by, okay? In the last 5 minutes of the entire holiday Netflix special, that's what I found so interesting, right? 50 minutes go by, no mention of Prince Harry, and it seems like Netflix called and said, this show absolutely sucks. Okay, we wasted our budget on this. You better get that Duke in here immediately and on camera. We need something that is going to get us press and attention, because watching Meghan Markle do arts and crafts like an insane woman,
it exposed the same problem the products had. Too much presentation, not enough substance. The polished kitchen, the perfect angles, the expensive decor. None of it matched the quality of the brand she was trying to sell. People started comparing her products to the special itself. Beautifully packaged, but hollow once unwrapped. Industry insiders said it quietly, but confidently. As Ever is one of the fastest collapses we've seen from a celebrity brand this decade. The failure stung. Not because Meghan expected instant success, but because she believed her name alone could carry anything. But after this special, it became clear. Her name was no longer the asset she thought it was. Inside Netflix, the reaction to Meghan's special wasn't just disappointment. It was a wake-up call. The platform had invested heavily in her, hoping her name would bring prestige, views, and global attention.
The reviews are brutal, guys. I mean, I kid you not. And, I mean, are we gonna see a new Meghan? No, because Netflix is done. Netflix is done, happy, they're close. That this is a contract. This, unlike her dog, Meghan Markle is not coming back to life on Netflix, because this is it for her, this woman, guys.
But the numbers pouring in after the release told a different story. Retention dropped fast. Engagement flatlined. Viewer sentiment plummeted. This wasn't a mild underperformance. This was a disaster. Executives began having uncomfortable conversations behind closed doors. Some admitted they'd been worried since the Spotify fallout. Others revealed they had pushed for stronger creative oversight, knowing Meghan's content often felt preachy, shallow, or overly controlled. But the Christmas special exposed the truth they could no longer ignore. Meghan couldn't carry a show. The authenticity wasn't there. The charm wasn't there. The audience connection wasn't there. One executive even said privately, "If this is her best attempt at being relatable, we're in trouble." And then came the leak. News that Netflix was reconsidering future projects with her. They weren't pulling the plug publicly, but they were putting the brakes on quietly, cautiously, the way studios do when they want to distance themselves without starting a war. When Meghan heard, panic set in. This was supposed to be her comeback. Instead, it became the proof that the public had moved on.
There was no authenticity whatsoever. Netflix knows it. They know that Meghan Markle has produced the biggest turkey in their history. All that money, all those opportunities, and it resulted in this. So Lauren is completely right. It is the end of the road.
By the time the dust settled, the Christmas special wasn't just another misstep. It had become a symbol of everything going wrong in Meghan Markle's public life. Every flaw she tried to hide ended up on full display. Every storyline she tried to control slipped out of her hands. The special exposed a woman desperate to look warm, but unable to show real warmth. A woman preaching family, without any family around her. A woman selling authenticity through stage scenes and scripted cheer. A woman demanding loyalty, while ignoring her own father's medical crisis. Her marriage looked strained. Her brand looked weak. Her reputation looked hollow. And Hollywood noticed. For years, Meghan believed she could reinvent herself again and again. Actress, duchess, activist, entrepreneur, host. But the Christmas special revealed something deeper. She wasn't reinventing. She was running. Running from critics, from accountability, from the life she built, and then abandoned. Netflix didn't expose her with a documentary or a headline. They exposed her with her own footage, her choices, her behavior, her contradictions. And that's why this moment is so dangerous for her. Because when the cameras stop rolling, and the PR statements fade, and the lighting is gone, Meghan is left with something she can't script. The public finally sees her, and they don't like what they see. For the first time, she doesn't control the story. And that loss, more than the backlash, more than the ratings, more than the critics, is what terrifies her the most.